Well, here goes for a new segment to the channel. Beer reviewing's not quite new, but the sponsor of beersofeurope.co.uk is, and as some of you know, I have the burden to bear that I have to work there, which is a terrible thing, I'm sure, for some people, if they don't like alcohol. Fortunately, that's not the case for me, and I thought I would do my reviews on a brewery by brewery basis for some of the beers anyway. And this one is brewed only once a year. It is the Straffe Hendrik, which you may have heard of their triple or their quad, which, as you can see in the picture at the start, will be coming also. This is their wild beer, which is basically the triple, but instead of using the house yeast, they let the Brettanomyces do the work, which increases the tastes and flavours that the beer should produce, and also obviously a re-fermentation in the bottle. So I have took a little precaution in trying to release some of the pressure prior to pressing record, as we don't want a another Old Faithful event, hopefully. But this is the wild. As I said, it is the triple. This is the 2015 version. They've brewed it, they've made it, they've bottled it, and they've sold it. So if you can get hold of it, now's the chance. Which, coincidentally, beersofeurope.co.uk, plug, have a large quantity of this in stock. So, it's Saaz and Styrian Goldings hops. Is basically the same beer as the triple. They do nothing else to it other than change the yeast out and leave it a little bit longer to ferment, to let the Brett virus, the Brett yeast do its work. The difference being with this as opposed to the triple, the shelf life on this one is 5 years, because obviously, if you know, with Brettanomyces, it does its work over a slower period of time. Let a little bit of the yeast drop in, so it's gone from clear to a slight haze. Golden, nice tight bowl on the top. Big fruit and sweet flavour, like a fruit cocktail. You get all that sweetness, fruit aromas, slight citrus notes. Definitely the yeast. You can have a layer of yeast smell. Nice, not overly pronounced, but it's there, as you'd expect with it. There's some nice candy notes there as well, with a mixed fruit. So let's dive in. You can definitely tell it's a triple. There is that firm building block behind the triple beer. Not overly bitter. It does come in at 35 IBUs. It's a 9%er. It's full bodied. You can tell it's a bigger beer, but it doesn't, like some of the triples, that are quite alcoholic tasting. This one hides it. It's a lot smoother. Lots of the yeast backbone now. I can see it would. I may actually buy another couple of these and squirrel them away and see how this changes over time. You're still getting light fruit. Carbonation is really smooth. It's almost like it just comes on the back of your tongue as you're swallowing it. It's not doesn't sort of fizz you up. I can get a slight banana-y note on the flavour. There's a little dry bite to it from the yeast, but it's not unpleasant. This is a great quenching beer actually. It was quite warm today, and if you didn't know what the strength of these, you could quite easily quench your thirst with a few of these and get into a bit of trouble. I'm getting pronounced most of the yeast. So it's the 2015 batch that's released, I think, in April. So it's not, they keep it 3 months, I believe, before release. There's some hop bitterness there, but it's quite mild. A little bit of, I'm now getting the sweetness, sort of a candy sweet on there as well. But it's so smooth. It's not what I was expecting for a wild. I was expecting it to be much more in your face, harsh, slap you and wake you up and scream wild at you down the throat. But this is no. I can't wait to try the triple actually. P.S. late in the evening, else it would already be a back-to-back review, but a bit too late for a school night. That is super smooth. Boom. A little bit of carbonation release. And now we've got down the glass a bit, you can see lovely build on the head. Just stays there, nice and gentle. Can't get any much glass lacing, alcohol legs. There's that lovely body, keeps the cap there, hiding it away. That is a super beer. If you're looking at trying wilds, this isn't a hardcore version. This isn't a Duchess Burgoyne. This would be an excellent one to start a journey just discovering the wild bears and sours. This would ease you in gently, and it's a forgiving beer. If you didn't tell someone at this stage in its life, you wouldn't necessarily. You just think there's a little bit of bitterness there from the hop. But it's almost, it's got the mouthfeel of eating a melon. It's that solid, smooth and inviting, with just a light little crisp carbonation. It's definitely first one of these I've ever tried. I've had a quad for a while, but in the private cellar. This is super. I can't knock it. That is delish. I don't score beers, I don't rate them on a score basis, because obviously my interpretation and tastes are different from someone else's, but you can only go by what I tell you, and I can't knock it. It's smooth, considering it's a wild. Maybe it needs a little bit longer to develop some more flavours, but you get the fruit on the nose, a little bit of a taste, the yeast, that you tend to get used to the yeast flavour. It's not really in your face like some of the Belgian beers. It is very well balanced, I think, at this time, and very Moorish. You could get in trouble with these. Buy it. So soon we will have a review of the triple and the quad, which is a nightcapper, I believe. So till the next one, thanks to our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. You'll find the link to the beer and the channel down in the comments box. Cheers.